Next month, in March, I would have had this car, my 2007 Fiat Panda 100 HP, for 4 years. I cannot believe that. I remember picking up the camera for the very first time on this YouTube channel back in, I think, July 2020. I had this car for about half a year, introducing it to you all, and it's been nearly 4 years since that moment, which I can't believe. About 40,000 miles as well. Obviously, I've only been driving this car for over a year, but it's been in the family for 4 years. But one thing that I've always wanted to do, it's always toyed in my mind, is paint the brake calipers, because you look at a car and if the calipers aren't painted, it can sometimes look a little bit dull, potentially. And from factory, you could spec Panda 100 HPs with what's known as the Pandemonium pack. And with that pack, you get silver mirror caps, you get a little pinstripe above the top of the door, and you also got red brake calipers, but this was never spec'd with the Pandemonium pack. So this just had bare calipers. So during the lockdown, when obviously we were all very bored, I went to Amazon, trusty Amazon, and I bought some caliper spray paint, just in a tin, a spray can, and I intended to spray the calipers, but me being me, very unorganised, I never got round to actually doing it. But today, in 2024, I'm finally going to have a go at painting brake calipers, but not on this. No, instead, on my friend Jordan's BMW 125i. I'm Daniel Acthouse, and you're watching Daniel Drives. So in the nearly 4 years of this YouTube channel, it's very rare that I actually have a special guest on a video. I think we had you and Finley when we were at the Bicester Scramble. We might have had Matthew Lovehouse in the past on camera, but other than that, it's very, very unusual that I have someone as well as me in a video. So really, this is good for you viewers. You don't have to deal with just my grating voice. You've got another grating voice to listen to, and I'm going to introduce to the Daniel Drive stage Jordan. So if you'd like to come in, we work together at a wedding venue, not too far from here actually, and I think you work on bar and. You just started talking about cars, I started talking about cars, as you do, and realised we share a very similar passion. So, welcome to the channel. How do you feel?
Interrogated.
Interrogated, yeah. So, this is your 125i, obviously.
Yeah.
It caught my eye when I first pulled into the car park at the wedding venue.
Shittest car in the car park.
Shittest car in the car park. Just, what exactly have you done to it? Because I think you've done quite a bit.
Well, a lot of people don't know, but there's quite a few different types of the M52 engine. This is the straight 6 M52 that's in quite a few different BMWs. The last proper natural aspirated engine from BMW that was a straight 6. Now, the benefit of this engine specifically is it's a European engine, which means it comes factory with the 3-stage manifold.
Yeah.
So the 3-stage manifold basically just allows you to make that extra horsepower that the 130i does, because they share exactly the same engine.
Yeah.
So with just those modifications alone, it was there and thereabouts 250 brake horsepower, and then after about maybe 6 or so months of just random performance mods, just a little bit here and there, mainly mechanical, so coilovers, anything that's going to perform better on the road itself rather than actually adding more power through the wheels.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, at the moment, as you can see, it's on terrible budget tyres and budget wheels because they're currently being refurbished. If anyone's seen the news recently, you'll know why. Rembury, which is where I'm from, has a massive pothole problem. So,
yeah, I'll insert a picture actually recently. Something that a local did, I think. It was at Rembury cum Frith, and they changed it to Rembury cum pothole or something.
That's not even the best one. There's another one which basically they actually paid to build a road sign, like a proper road sign, and it had this road will destroy your car and your soul as part of, so it's a pretty bad place to live if you've got a low car with terrible suspension.
Or if you own a Panda 100 HP with, stiff suspension, stock from factory, it is pretty horrendous. But yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. So yeah, this is a great car, it really is. I mean, you've come into work almost every week saying, oh my God, I've done something else. And I think you've kind of done it the right way around. A lot of people focus more just on the power, get more power, but at the same time you've done new brakes and you've done the coilovers and stuff, which is safety critical. Obviously, Daniel Drives is a channel which condones safety, of course. There's never any recklessness. But yeah, in this video, we are going to do something that's not really going to add anything performance-wise or anything. It's purely just to make it look nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut we're going to bring you, the viewer, in a bit closer. We're going to show you through some of the kit we've got today. And we're going to get on with this, really. It's a bit of a how-to tutorial guide of how to break your calipers, how to paint your calipers. Hopefully not
how to break them as well.
Yeah. And we're going to take you along for the journey. And who knows, there might be some more bonus content along the way later on as well. Right, so Jordan, you know more about me. Run me through some of the kit we've got here.
So get a proper torque bar that has a proper readout on it. So we've got two cameras here today. This one should be able to zoom in enough so that you can see, but you'll be able to adjust your torque using the handle basically. This will make sure that you don't over tighten it and damage your wheel nuts, but also make sure that you don't under tighten it and lose your wheels.
Yes, because I've heard horror stories as well.
Both of them are quite expensive mistakes.
Yeah, very.
So
Yeah.
also I would recommend not buying cheap 17mm sockets. Just because I bought a quite cheap set before and it was absolutely useless. It just basically rounded straight away. I couldn't get enough torque on to get the wheels off. So I bought one of these off Amazon.
Yeah.
You can get a kit that has different ones in it, but I just got this one. Other than that, we've got a pretty cheap impact driver. I know it's not a Milwaukee or a DeWalt or anything like that, but it does the job. Just an electric impact driver. But what we do have, which is really important today, is sanding pads. Sanding pad attachments and also a wire brush attachment. Now this thing's brutal.
It is very brutal.
Wouldn't personally recommend trying to use it on yourself, but
Or your paintwork. I can imagine that'd be an absolute nightmare.
But yeah,
I'm so impressed with your jack stands. They're so pretty and red as well. I know that's such a pedantic thing to say.
Sponsored by Amazon, it isn't. I wish it was.
Sponsored by Amazon. I know. If only Amazon get in touch. But yeah, my jack stands at home. They are so awful and rusty, and they do the job, but they look awful. But they look nice. They look nice. Yeah.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to move over to the car in a second after Daniel's finished his introduction to the next part of the video. And we're going to break down how to take the wheels off safely and also how to make sure that we don't get paint on the discs or the pads.
Yeah. Well, that's very good. I've got nothing to add, and I think really this should be Jordan drives now. I think I might just hop in the Panda and leave, to be honest, and just leave them to it.
Yeah, but then I have to do it on my own. It'll take me twice as long.
Right, let's get on with it. Okay, so taking your wheels off, it's obviously a very risky task, as George's just gone over. You've got to do it properly. So what are your top tips?
All I would say, I would start off by loosening the bolts. The car does not have to be suspended for this. In fact, I would definitely recommend not lifting it up when you're trying to do this because the wheels will spin and it'll be really annoying for you. So yeah, we'll start off by putting the locking wheel nut in, which I have done already. Now, one thing that's really important to mention is that these locking wheel nuts are very, very, very easy to leave in the car.
Yes.
Leave in the wheel. So make sure that after you've done this, or after you've done each wheel, that you move the locking wheel nut somewhere where you know where it is. Otherwise you will definitely end up driving off and then you'll lose it.
Yeah, it's the last thing you want to be doing.
It's not too bad for me because I've got these really cheap Febby Bilstein ones. They're just basically like a star pattern. However, a lot of them do have these little like locking arrestor ring things where it stops you from actually taking the wheel off. Obviously, if you're a thief, like Daniel.
Yeah, just like me. I go around thieving wheels every day. You know. The interesting thing about my Panda is it's got no locking wheel nuts. I don't know why. It's just 4 normal nuts. So if you want to steal any wheels, come to my Panda. The address is... I'm not going to finish.
I was going to say, it's probably already been stolen. It's a stolen car. Now, I've already loosened this one off. So all I'm going to do is just basically show you the process. Just loosen it off there. Now, what you can do, if you're like me and you're lazy, you can also use your impact driver here. What you do is slide that onto your impact driver. Make sure it's going the right way, obviously, first. And then all you're doing is placing this over the top of the locking wheel nut and just taking it out.
It's so easy when you've got that.
So basically it's the same process for the rest of it. We'll probably fast forward this bit
because
it's a bit boring. Once we've loosened them off, we're going to leave all but probably like 3 or 4 in, semi-tight. Then we're going to lift the car up because obviously we don't want to put all the pressure on the car while it's got no wheel nuts in it. That's not a good idea to do that.
No.
So I've taken one out, but what we're going to do now is loosen the rest of them off, probably take another one out, and then boost it up, take the rest off.
Yeah, just like so. So yeah, you've got new brake discs on the front anyway. You went for OEM at the back, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, so they're slightly better than OEM on the back, but I didn't really see much usage in them, to be fair.
It's the front ones which are the main ones.
Yeah, so the main issue that a lot of these 1 Series cars have is that they have really, really bad brake fade. Now, obviously, a lot of that's down to the pads, but also the discs themselves as well, because you can very easily overheat your discs if you drive like a maniac.
Yes.
Which we don't condone.
No.
But you'll also notice as well, actually, that I've got yellow stuff pads on there. Now, EBC do quite a few different ones. There's obviously blue, yellow. There's a couple of racing sets as well, which you'd only really use for the track because not actually that good for the road.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, yellow stuff is the best that you can get for the road.
Yeah.
At least from my experience of what I've driven on the car. So, yeah, I think all that's left to do now really is just to tape them up and clean them down a bit.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So, sit rep, it has started raining. It's actually died down a bit now, thankfully. Got a bit scary before, thought, yeah, a bit of drizzle, but it's not too bad. So, as you can see from all the B-roll, very, very nice B-roll filmed by Jordan, the brake discs are all what do they say, masked up, covered up, and just overheated your little impact thing, trying to sand down.
It wasn't fully charged, so
Yeah.
But, yeah, we've overheated it a little bit, so.
Yeah.
It really depends on how good a job you want to be done.
Yes.
Personally, I know, like I said, that this paint's going to come off very soon.
Yeah.
With the road debris and everything else, so that's why I'm not really too bothered about it being a bit bubbly.
Yeah.
But really, if you're going to do it properly, I would recommend getting all of the old paint off if there is any on there,
Yeah.
and making sure that you really sand everything down. It's smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done a good job there. He actually has done a
Thank
good
you
job
very
there.
much. You know, I like to think I'm not too bad. So Jordan has taken the wheel off on the other side. He's made a start on that. So while I'm going to start painting this caliper, he's going to start getting the old paint off the other caliper. And that's why it's better doing a job with more than one person, because you can get things done twice as quick. So let's see how well this stage of the job goes. What could possibly go wrong? I've said that about 5 times in this
I don't even know
video.
if we've mentioned it yet. We're going light blue, by the way, for the calipers. So
We're going light blue.
We're about to start painting now, so I'm going to get some footage of Dan painting.
Yeah.
We're going to see how that goes, maybe get some interesting shots here and there.
Yeah.
And then right after we've done that, I'm going to take you over to the other side of the car and we're going to have a look and see how we're getting on with that wheel.
That's the plan.
Let's go. So the rain's really started now.
Being held hostage.
We've had to improvise a little bit. Hello, Dan.
I'm under here. I'm all right. Well, it's been a good hour or so since we've done a proper update, and we're both very, very happy, aren't we? It's looking really, really good.
I do want to stress that this is definitely not the best way of doing it. If you're going to do it properly, I would definitely respray it, use primer,
Yeah.
everything, make sure that it's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
We've not got loads of time and we want to get this video out as well.
Yes.
So what we've basically done is quite a rough job. We've given it a paint over, but we've not quite sanded it down and made sure it's exactly the perfect finish. However, with the wheels that are going to be going onto this and the size of the calipers, you're probably not even going to see it anyway. So
Yeah. I was just saying earlier, it reminds me very much of like the old Polestar blue colour. I really like it. It looks brilliant. I mean, you didn't really get a sense of the colour so much when we had all the masking tape on, but now that's off. It's reflecting off the brake disc and it looks fantastic. It looks really good.
The other kind of happy accident is that the yellow stuff pads are yellow. I know they won't be yellow forever, but for the time being,
Yes.
it actually looks
IKEA.
IKEA. Yeah.
They're wonderful every day. It is fantastic. I'm
World's
really
first,
impressed with that.
World's first Swedish Beamer.
Yeah, Swedish Beamer. There you go. Get the meatballs down you. Oh,
Absolutely brilliant. I love the fact that the grooved and dimpled discs
yes.
really make it look a little bit more next level.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not the massive discs that are on some of the other cars, but I'm happy. I think it looks really nice, and especially considering we went from quite a horrible sort of
Cliche.
yeah, it's more like a poo brown, red
Poo
colour.
brown. Yeah.
Yeah, to this, yeah, it's much better.
Yeah, I think mine are going to be done in future. This is really inspired me. It looks really nice.
This is
really
part
nice.
one of the Daniel Drives.
This is part one of the brake caliper series. We're just going to start going around taking wheels off cars and spraying the calipers.
I'll tell you what we should do.
Yeah.
Should we get them to vote on what colour
Oh,
for the Panda?
Oh, okay, right. Do you know what? Okay, let's do it. You comment down below in the comment section what colour I should spray the calipers on my Panda. Please be generous. Please, I'm begging.
Better get back to work before it starts raining again.
I know. I'm really impressed with that.
Well done, Dan. Your first caliper job.
I know. Won't be the last. So there we are then, probably what is an hour-long video of how to paint your brake calipers. I'm really chuffed with what we've done today. Genuinely, it's been really good.
I mean, I was a bit apprehensive because I knew that we were going to do it sort of on a budget.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't properly finishing the calipers off. We weren't really stripping the paint off them or anything like that. We were just literally painting over paint,
Yeah.
which you should never really do.
Yeah.
Now, they are a little bit bubbly.
Yes.
When you actually look at them, but
Yeah.
for general purpose, if you're painting your brake calipers,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think this one here was the harder one because we got a bit of drizzle and naturally it landed on the calipers. Nothing we could have done really. It's just the weather being the weather and Britain being
I'm not
Britain.
about to wait and sand all that off and start
No,
again.
I know. But the other three actually looked really good.
Yeah.
So
Very nice
I'm
finish.
going to call it a job success. I think it's been really good.
Yeah.
And you're getting your wheels, your new wheels to put
Yes.
on in the next few days.
I think I mentioned it earlier a little bit, but yeah, there's temporary wheels on this at the moment. They're not the ones I'm going to keep on there. They're battered, absolutely battered.
Yeah.
The tyres on this one are not far off illegal either. So
Yeah.
once we've sorted the tyres out,
Yes.
and we've sorted the new wheels out, yeah.
We'll go out for a drive video. I think we'll do that on the channel. We can talk a bit more about
Panda
the car
versus
itself.
Beamer.
Panda versus Beamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course another future video is doing the calipers on my Panda because I think we have to do that now. I mean, this morning I was thinking I might not do it because I don't know, but now I'm thinking it's got to be done. So as I said earlier, comment down which colour I should do below, and please say British Racing Green.
We are heavily we're heavily invested in the British Racing Green.
I think it would look good. I think it would look really, really good.
We've got the Italian flag on the number plate as well, so
Yes.
it really depends. I don't think we should go lime green.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
British Racing Green is probably the best one.
I can tell you,
Yeah, it's completely up to you.
thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you very soon.
Hit
Thank
the
you,
like
Jordan.
button.
Hit the like button. Smash that like button.
If you don't, I'll be really upset.
Goodbye.